push yourself to take one small action forward. If you can do that consistently for a month, then you can start talking about your dreams. Then you can start talking about how you make money at it. Then you can start talking about how you build skill around it. But until you can...
Inspiring, informative, and entertaining talk and music. You're listening to TW3 Radio.
How could a man hit a target he could not see? That's a pretty good question. Here's another one. How can you hit a target you do not have? Besides, planes are built for flying. Ships are built for sailing. Houses are built for living. And man, too, was built for purpose. He was designed for accomplishment. He's engineered for success. He's endowed with the seeds of greatness. And the greatest danger we as human beings have is when we do not do anything at all. People today complain of lack of time. It's not lack of time that's the problem, it's the lack of direction. Are you a wandering generality, or are you a meaningful specific? Are you going to work tomorrow because that's what you did yesterday? If that's the reason you're going tomorrow, you won't be as good tomorrow as you were yesterday because you're 2 days older and no closer to the goal you do not have. What about you personally? Have you got your goals laid out? Are you a meaningful specific, or are you a wandering generality?
See, you are part of an equation, and you are needed. Part of why we should begin to look at how we give up our lives, is that we've got to begin to see, what is it that I'm supposed to do? What is my life work? And then give ourselves to that. Because as we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you, as you begin to take on this new era that we're in, if you decide that I'm going to begin to start living life, I'm going to start giving more of myself, I'm going to start putting out more, contributing more to life. Here's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you that life will take on a whole new meaning for you. I guarantee you that life takes on a whole new dimension. That you'll be happier, you have a greater sense of happiness and fulfillment in life, that now you will begin to take off on some new paths to some newer horizons. That you'll begin to see life totally different than most people.
You got to have those long-range goals. And the rule is a simple one. You go as far as you can see. And when you get there, you'll always be able to see further. Are you a wandering generality, or are you a meaningful specific?
And most of us go through life because we're not using that which we've been given, that we are punished, that we're going through life getting up in the morning with no reason to get up. There's a scripture, when I heard it, I couldn't understand it. I say, how cold? He that hath shall get, and he that hath not, even that he has shall be taken away. He that hath a generous view of life, he that has courage, he that hath initiative, he that hath resourcefulness.
I say it with all of my heart. I know in my mind that man was designed for accomplishment, that he's engineered for success, that he is endowed with the seeds of greatness.
You're listening to TW3 Radio, inspiring, informative, and entertaining talk and music for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
Why is it that people don't want to grow? Why is it that they just settle for being less than what they are capable of being? Why is it they shy away from doing their stuff and challenging themselves and taking life on and making it an exciting adventure? Why is it? Because living your dream, it's hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard living your dream. We are in charge of our attitudes. And when you're in charge of your attitude, You say if it's hard, then do it hard. I won't allow this to stop me. I don't have the option of easy. I don't have the option, and I don't think you do, or any of us do, of going around trying to find a dream that's a little dream that doesn't require much responsibility or not too stressful or won't be too much of a hassle. No, no, no. I am convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. An optimist sees an opportunity in every calamity. A pessimist sees a calamity in every opportunity. What can make it okay? Your attitude about it. That you decide that this is not going to determine who I am. Charles Swindoll said about attitude, he said, the longer I live, the more I realize the impact attitude has on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures and successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearances, giftedness, or skill. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude.
If there's anything in life that you don't currently have right now, it's because of who you are and how you think. And I know you're strong enough to do it because you're human. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to. Push through it. Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive. Y'all running from pain. Y'all running from challenges. You telling me how difficult your life is. Do you understand it is the difficulty that's going to prepare you and take you to that next level? I'm here just like you here, and I promise you, I ain't leaving without the degree. I will not leave without that goal. I will not leave without that dream. I will not leave this university until I'm successful. I will not leave this job. I will not leave this client. I will not leave this opportunity until I get it.
You're listening to TW3 Radio, inspiring, informative, and entertaining talk and music for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
Look what you did there, and you can't do that. And who are you, Terry? Who are you to go and talk to hundreds of people about business? You're a failure. You went bankrupt. Well, let me tell you something. I figured out a way not to do business. And you need to know this. And Les tells a story about where he was playing Connect 4. I don't know if y'all know Connect 4, but it's this little checkers game that you play. And he's playing with his son, and he's playing. He played for hours with his son. And he says, son, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired. He says, Dad, one more game. And he said, son, I'm bored. I'm tired. He goes, listen, it's not over until I win. And finally his son won, and they could quit playing. And he says, Les says, how many of us would find so much more success if we'd have the attitude of that little child? It ain't over until I win. This ain't over until I win. I'm still going to play this game. I'm still going to be involved. I'm still going to be engaged so I get my breakthrough.
Welcome to TerryWilson3.com, home of TW3, the most powerful marketing tools, training, and technology on planet Earth. Get ready to earn, enjoy, and experience more than you ever dreamed was possible. If you're tired of just getting by and ready to really thrive, then buckle in and listen up. Here's your host, Terry Wilson.
Thank you, Keith. This is Terry Wilson, and you are listening to the TerryWilson3.com podcast. Hope you guys are out there safe, secure, and in your homes ready to have a great end of the year.
I think just saying end of the year is making everybody happy.
That's got to be good news, just that 2020 is coming to an end.
It's finally over.
This too shall pass. Maybe like a kidney stone, but it's going to pass.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this is episode 445 of the TerryWilson3.com podcast. Tonight, we're talking about online auto business, how to take the auto business online. And before we get started, I want to let you guys know that tonight's show, episode 445 of the TerryWilson3.com podcast, is being dedicated to Tom from Chi-Town. Tom, we are all pulling for you, wishing you the best, and knowing that you're going to pull through this thing like better than ever before. For those who haven't heard or are outside of the TW3 ecosystem, Tom has had a report come in that he's having a second bout with cancer, and the chemo they put him on had an adverse effect, and it gave him a heart attack. And so it now put him in the hospital for the weekend and recovering from that as well. And so, Tom, we just want you to know, hey, man, I'm bald here. Shave my head. We're thinking of you and knowing that you're going to pull through this and you're going to be better for it. What attracted me, Reagan, to Tom, and the reason we even know about him before he became an elite member or anything else, is I heard of this guy up in Chicago in the car business. And that's why I thought how apropos to do the auto business and dedicate it to Tom, that had this thing with cancer, beat it, and started a radio show and an online podcast called Not Done Yet, and how your best life is not done. You can do things even during and after cancer. And I'm always attracted to fighters. Sure. People that look at adversity of life, whether it be health, whether it be, some school teacher, parent, or someone else telling you can't do this, you can't. Anybody that puts limitations on anyone, I like that attitude to say, well, screw you. I'll show you. I've always said, you want to get me motivated, just tell me I can't do something. I've sort of got that in me too, that where you just bow up at things because I don't think it's in human nature. Anyone likes to feel controlled. Mm-hmm. Being told what they can and can't do. And I think that's what's so attractive about entrepreneurialism, and why self-employment and self-discovery and self-actualization and just being the best you that you can be, I think is just the greatest call and journey you could go on. So Tom, we're thinking about you, man, and get better. And I can't wait to have you back on the podcast. And I know your clients and everyone are ready to hear from you as well. So we look for a great and good report coming from the Windy City up there as soon as possible. Tonight, we are talking about the online auto business. And I want to tell you something, whether you believe it or not, it's in your best interest, no matter what industry you're in. Tonight, we're specifically talking about the auto industry, but I don't care what kind of business you're in. You are going to be better served. I specifically look at what's going on in California and New York and those areas. I mean,
yeah, a lot of the places that are like locally owned being shut down and stuff.
Shut down, and
while you've got these bigger corporations that kind of
can do what they want.
Just wait it out, and it's kind of like it's taking out the competition, so it's working in their favor.
I'm telling you, it's evil. I don't want to get into politics, but boy, I could. But I'll just say this. It's in everyone's best interest to have the wherewithal to support and sustain their own wellness.
Sure.
Because if you're waiting on big brother, big business, big government, or big anything else, no one cares more about you and your business and your livelihood than you will.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I
don't think it's politically charged to say both parties can appreciate that you want good locally owned businesses.
You gotta have, it's the lifeblood. I mean, what is it?
Because that fits both parties sort of platform.
80% of
their interest.
80% of employment, if I'm not mistaken, comes from small businesses. Yeah. And, and my admonition, especially to you guys that are in the car business, maybe you're in the lending side of it, or in the parts and mechanicking side of it, or in the car sales and car leasing side of it. I don't know what side of the industry you're in, but I will tell you this, your dealership might be doing its absolute best and can't do business as it would want to because of outside forces. So it's in everyone's best interest to have an ace, to have something in their hand. And one of the reasons why TW3, out of we're in the 12th month now, out of the 12 months we've been in business, 9 months have been on straight up growth pattern. We've had some soft spots, just like everybody else, but net in the aggregate has been an explosive year. Why? Because we're online.
Yeah.
You know, we're working from home, we're adding value, we're giving out products, goods, and services. And so tonight you're going to see how in this industry, it'll serve as an example, but my world was insurance. Other people's worlds were real estate that we've helped in the past. Tom was in the car business and the auto business. We've helped people in the water purification business. I mean, food, restaurant, retail, industry, health and wealth. It really doesn't matter if you have your business put online and have these tools and platform that we show you. You're going to be able to navigate a lot of landmines that a lot of people are saying 2021 might have just because of the eco and political climate that we're in. So I just think it's in your best interest. It's in everyone's best interest to have a platform, have a means and a method to do business outside of what other people can control. So Reagan, if they want to ask questions, what do they need to do tonight?
Oh, yeah. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and submit them in our chat. Most of our members that are pretty frequent will be able to answer those for you. We do have a few stipulations there, though. If you have any questions, we do ask that you keep it clean, positive, and relevant. And if you can't do any of those things, it's okay as long as it's funny.
Just make it funny.
It's the only thing that matters. So,
Reagan, your first car you're still in that you bought.
I love my car.
And you've had it and taken care of it. How long have you had it now?
Shoot. I got it, 2014, 2015? I think it was 2014.
24. So 6 years going on 7 years.
Yeah, 6 years going on 7 years. But I just hit 200,000 miles the other day.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me actually wants to never sell that car, even if it just stops running, just because a lot of memories.
If I could tell you anything, is don't ever get rid of it. I wish like anything else.
Yeah.
I still had my first car.
Yeah. There's a lot of memories.
It's your first car.
Yeah.
And there's so much memories. And
I took a lot of drives to Atlanta, Georgia in that car just to meet a certain person that
I dated.
My life, so.
I went and picked up your mother and dated all through high school.
Yeah.
In that Ford Explorer an automobile was what motivated me to get into entrepreneurialism. Sure. The whole reason I went out and started hustling is because, a single mom, hey, if you want your own vehicle, then you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And so that's served as motivation for me to go and pick up a skill set.
Right.
But there's just something about automobiles and
that personality.
Yeah, the person and just the freedom.
Yeah.
Think about it. Up until you're able to drive, you are at the whim of your parents and your family.
Sure.
And the moment you have those keys and...
You kind of have a choice. Keep driving and not stop if you wanted to. I mean...
I'm on 85. I could just keep going.
I mean, but I think that's what like you said, it offers freedom. People need a choice, and that gives you a choice. It's like, well, if everything else is honestly as bad as it could get, I could just drive.
Just keep driving.
Doesn't matter where I go, just keep driving.
I bet you I could get through this Canadian border.
Going to Canada.
Oh my word. Well, guys, this is episode 1. So you know how the show is broken up and you don't think we're just here bantering and it's not going anywhere. We have 4 segments to this show. This is segment 1. Segment 2 coming up is the training. We're going to get into how you can make a lot of money, and people are, with TW3 in the online space. And in this particular instance, we're showing how to do it in the car and auto business. And then in segment 3, if you've got questions that members aren't answering in the chat, we've got some questions that have already been sent to us that we're going to be answering. But if we get some that we can catch, we'll catch those as well. That's when we answer your questions in segment 3. And then segment 4, we close the show up. So that's how the flow of the show is going. When we get back, we're going to get into the training on how you can make tons of money and actually ensure your career. Actually do something that where regardless of what's going on in the crazy world, you can be in this particular space, and this is the auto space, but use this if you're not in the car business, in the auto business, use this as an example of this is how you could ensure whatever industry and markets you serve, this is how you would do it. When we get back right after this. You know, unless you have the ability to get in front of the people that need, want, desire, and can afford what it is that you offer, you don't have a business, you've got a hobby. And that's why I want to give you a free training on how you can generate as many leads as you want by the click of a button. Now, that sounds easy, and I know it. I'm trying to make it sound easy because it is once you learn how to program the stuff behind that button. But we'll show you how to do that. No worries, no hurries. Go to leadsbyterry.com right now. That's leadsbyterry.com, and I'll give you a free training right now on how you can start generating leads for your business. Are you in insurance, real estate, direct sales, restaurant, retail, and you need more people that need, want, desire, and can afford what it is you sell? Then go to leadsbyterry.com. That's leadsbyterry.com.
To TerryWilson3.com. Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner. And now, back to the TW3 studios with Terry Wilson.
All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and get into that training.
So good evening. I want to talk to you tonight about online auto business. One of the beautiful things about TW3 is the diverse businesses that we're able to help and help people get in, or if they're already in it, how to improve it, both from a lead generation standpoint and from a monetization standpoint. A lot of times people in a particular business and they're doing okay with the amount of traffic, floor traffic, online traffic, whatever that traffic comes as, but they need a better business model that will help them monetize the traffic they're getting even better. So tonight I think is going to be a great training on how you're going to be able to make money in this specific industry, the auto business, make tons of money. Some instances, not even sell anything, simply just to offer people more value in this particular market and get paid well. So tonight's training is going to cover three things. Number one, income opportunities that are available in the auto industry in the online space. Number two, the actual internet business model that we offer and show you how to set up as an independent broker or as an existing dealer or whoever I might be speaking to. And then thirdly, I want to give you an invitation to speak to one of our trainers here at TW3 that can help you drill down specifically on how you can take these tools, trainings, and technologies that we're illustrating tonight and take your business to a whole new level. Now, in the auto industry, it's always got the same model. Typically, you've got a dealership, and then you, the individual, have to fit within that dealership somewhere. Maybe you are in the parts department or in the repair area, or maybe you are a floor salesperson, or maybe you're the sales manager, or maybe you're the loan officer, or maybe you're the owner of the dealership. But in the traditional auto industry model, you are, as of one person, have to find how you fit within that particular apparatus. At TW3 and with our online business model, we sort of flip the script. We start off with you, and then we put the dealership within inside of where you're at. And what that allows you to do is, rather than being one person that makes one slice of the pie, maybe you only make the income stream off of the repair side of the business, or the parts side of the business, or the new car sales business, or the buying side of the business, or wherever. But you get a slice of the entire pie because the entire dealership fits within you. And that's sort of how our model works. And so if you are an existing car dealer, then you're going to love this. If you are an individual within that dealership, you're going to love this because it's going to show you how to really start your own online auto business if you want. And the beautiful thing is the startup cost is next to nothing. to do this. So what you're going to pay mostly is not so much in money, but just in a little bit of time in learning how to do certain things from both a technical standpoint and a business standpoint. But the income opportunities are immense. You're going to be able to make money on new and used car sales. You're going to be able to make money on rentals. You're going to be able to make money in the repair and parts area, the lending and insurance area, and even outside things like auto events. And on top of all of that, you can even make money in generating leads in that particular market and industry. So even when you generate a lead for your particular whatever you're doing, whether it be new and used car sales, rental, repair, lending, insurance, maybe certain car shows and events that you're doing, auctions and things of that nature, or anything else. If something doesn't fit, just being able to generate traffic and leads is in itself of value, because you can sell it, and we show you and have a whole inventory of people that'll buy that lead that you generate. So here at TW3, we have something called our referral marketing package. And what it does is it puts you in business in any industry you want to serve. I've got insurance guys, I've got real estate guys, I've got people in health and wellness. And tonight we're talking about people who want to be in the auto business. So I'm just scrolling through, the first page of hundreds of different products, goods, and services within that particular specific industry, auto industry, where it shows you that we've got people that pay you up to $550, for instance, on a new car lead, whether they buy the new car or not. And so it puts you in a specific place where you, as the professional auto person, don't even have to close a sale and make money. So the sales income side of this thing is absolutely huge. Number one, you're going to make money on new and used car sales. You're going to be able to be in any particular brand. Think about this. If you was to start your own dealership in a typical brick and mortar floor space, then you would have to have, territories, and you would have to have a specific brand that you could carry, and there would be a huge buy-in of inventory and all that. Here, there's no inventory you have to buy in. You can sell new and used, any brand, any territory, even show you ways of making money where even if you don't make a sale, like in the earlier example where you just sell off the lead, you're going to be able to make money, and put you in an area where you can be both consigning and brokering physical automobiles in your specific area or around the country, or for that matter, the world. So the sales income side of this is absolutely ginormous. Okay. And it's because of the business model. And the business model here, unlike traditional auto sales where you're tied to a sales floor 6 days a week, sun up to sundown, forget about getting time off or whatever, especially if you're in the sales side. Well, here it's very flexible because the system, the software, the site, the strategies and everything, it's working 24/7 for you, so you don't. It puts you in a multi-lines to offer. So I can be the Ford dealer one day and the Chevy dealer the next day. I can work in Austin one day and Dallas the next day. It doesn't matter. I'm in any area that I want to be in my state, in my country, or whatever. I have the ability to make money off of selling something, or I have the ability off of referring something over to someone else and making money. I can make money whether I'm actively talking to someone or where my site, system, software, strategies, and all of that that's going on in the background is making the money for me. And there is a huge residual component to this, because think about this. I've got my own platform now. I've got my own online internet marketing system to be in the auto industry. I can now recruit salespeople to work for me. And as I recruit them in, I'm getting a residual income and passive income off of their activities as well. If you would like more information about how you can really rev up your income by this, just one more industry that we're able to serve, all you have to do is speak to your TW3 rep that you're currently talking to. You're wanting to talk to them about the elite package at TW3 because that's got the RMP offers that you'll need to be able to do this. If you don't have a specific TW3 rep and trainer that you're working with and consultant, then you can go to terrywilson3.com terrywilson3.com/start. That's terrywilson3.com/start. And we will show you how you can get online in the auto business very, very affordable, no money down, and low payments just to get started. So you can start making thousands and thousands of dollars a week without having to buy inventory, without having to hire out a huge staff and all this other stuff. You can be in business today, making money on your terms, flexible in any specific area of that market you want to serve, with any brand, with any territory, on your terms. Check us out, terrywilson3.com.
Don't laugh. It just encourages them.
And now back to our show with Terry Wilson.
You want me to open it again? Really? No. We do have some emo questions that we're going to get into. So go ahead and ask these questions. That's not fair. You don't let me address that when you do it that way. You can't do that.
I control when I'm not on camera.
All right. So question 1. So these all came through email, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So our first question here: if I have the ability to sell, lease, and finance cars from home, where will the people to speak to come from?
Oh, that's great. Well, that's the beautiful thing about TW3. Not only do we give you the products, goods, and services to offer to make money, the very platform you have is a lead generation tool. And not only is it a lead generation tool, it's also a training and coaching apparatus to teach and train and coach you on how to use these tools to drive leads into your either phone, if you want to take your leads coming in by phone call, email, however you text, however you want to receive your leads. We teach you how to program this marketing system, software, and platform to be able to drive calls. So you're never cold calling, you're never pestering your friends, family, and foes, as we like to say. All you're doing is using the system. And so what that means, Reagan, is if this person is working a car lot right now or working another job, whatever, they could be doing that. Have the platform working in the background for them, harvesting the leads, and then when they are off or in the evening, they're working those leads. So it's very effective in the fact that you're not spending all of your time marketing, and you're not spending all of your time, prospecting. All you're doing is selling.
Yeah.
And so it's a much more effective, and you use our system to coach and consult people in career advice and finding them ways of making money in any industry. And so you're a college student and you're doing this full time, but at one time you had another job.
Yeah.
But you can see how you set your calendar up.
Yeah, no, I mean, it really comes down to personal choice and when you want to work. That's kind of one of the things I talk to a lot of the people I speak to about, about our system. It's kind of a buzzword in today's society when you go work when you want to, but it's like, but no, legitimately, like
but you legitimately do.
Yeah. It comes down to, the time you put into it is what you get out of it. And so,
well, I think when they hear that, it's just like you said, a buzz phrase, a catchphrase that means nothing.
Yeah. It kind of comes down to certain connotations they already have in their mind, which is why I think about that aspect of it.
You have to break it down. No, what we do is we show you how to set up a calendar.
Yeah.
That people book appointments with you.
Right. Which is no different than a doctor would use, really.
A doctor or any professional.
Yeah.
And then you drive leads that want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then you speak to them on the available times you set up, and you're covered in bruises right now. Not because you worked this weekend, but because
my boss beats me relentlessly. No, I took I took a snowboard trip this weekend. So,
but you're managing your life. You're doing what you want when you want.
I mean, honestly, that's the incredible thing about this. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I do get enjoyment out of speaking to people, I think doing this job has kind of taught me that I really enjoy communicating with people. I think it's something I'm somewhat good at. I like it. I
agree.
But outside of that, like the actual work of it, being able to just kind of be like, setting my priorities. Like this week, I'm going heavy those first 4 days of the week, and then the rest of it, I've got plans. I'm going to hang out and chill. Like,
but
that's
you can do that.
Yeah, that's super enjoyable.
And we know someone that on a regular basis doing something similar to you in our platform, making $5-10 grand a week.
Yeah.
on a constant, consistent basis through pandemics, politics, and everything else.
Yeah.
And it's all over the map, of course, of what people can do, what they earn. It's based on your skill set and ability to communicate, like you said. I think you're a great communicator, and that's why you find success. But here's the thing, and open this up a little bit. Let's say, for instance, you don't enjoy communicating to people. Mm-hmm. You don't in the realm of speaking.
Sure.
You could do it without speaking to anyone. You could do it without speaking.
I've made sales without talking to anyone before.
You could just exchange text or email.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I won't undervalue the value of having a phone conversation with someone or just that one-on-one conversation. It lets you know they're real. But that being said, there's still a lot of ways to market without ever speaking to someone. And you see it all the time. I think that's what some people don't realize. You're marketed to and without ever speaking to anyone. I mean, if anybody that's ever been interested in fitness, you're shown videos that get you somewhat, at least for me, I'm using a personal example. You're shown videos of like things that interest you. It takes you to a page of a sales funnel where it goes, what's your priorities? Like, what do you really want to do? You're just trying to build muscle. You want to lose fat. Then it takes you to a coaching or it just takes you to like their workout plans or their different. I've personally been sold on like workout plans and stuff through that type of funnel.
Absolutely.
That's the exact type of things we show you how to build.
And we show you how to build it.
Granted, the whole time I was doing it, I was like, I know exactly what's coming up here because I've
seen this. I built a couple of these.
But I see the value of it, so I'm going to go with it. So,
well, I mean, honestly, I'm a salesman at heart. I'm a communicator at heart. You know me. Put me behind a pulpit or a microphone and just turn me loose.
Yeah. But
at the end of the day, I sort of enjoy sometimes a lot of transactions online without having to talk to someone.
Sure.
And there's that personality types, and that's okay. We teach you how to do it either way. Some people will not move forward until they talk to a real person because they don't trust that screen.
Right.
Because they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And so it's different personality types, different what you want, but we teach you how to do both. And to answer that guy's question, you have a system in place that's just going to drive as many leads as you want, as much as you want to talk to people. And if you're a weaker salesperson, then put the numbers in your favor. Talk to more people. If you're a stronger salesperson, then, only talk to workers, whatever you want.
Which there's also ways to, this is actually something I spoke with a guy last week. His big thing was, he knows how to kind of set up some stuff like we do. However, his issue was he's always just kind of talking to people that are very either on the fence or just not interested. And we show you how to set up specific funnels that you're only going to talk to the people that really want to talk to you and they really want to buy.
It's all a matter of how you design that funnel.
Yeah.
And there's ways that we teach you how you can weed out all the tire kickers.
Yeah.
And monetize them.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah.
Make money off of them not buying anything. And then the only people you speak to is the higher end, more qualified leads. Good stuff. What else you got?
Okay. Can I recruit salespeople to help me?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's a great way of leveraging your auto business, your TW3 business, or any other business. We teach you how to build what we call an affiliate program, but it's nothing more than independent sales reps out there.
Yeah.
And but this platform is actually made for you to be able to do that. So you could have your online dealership. And here's the other thing. Think about this. You don't have to go and get approved by, Ford Motor Company or General Motors or anybody else to do this either. The way we show you how to do it. And it's highly lucrative. And you can either be very specific, targeted to a community or a state, or you could be nationwide.
Yeah.
So you could do it however you wanted.
I think that's what's kind of funny. I talk to a lot of guys that are car sales guys, but they don't own the dealership. They're just kind of salesmen.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I have those conversations, I know it would do a lot of value for those car sales guys, but I'm also thinking, I'm like, you may want to mention this to your, dealership owner as well, because this would really benefit him, because
absolutely
the way he would set it up is very similar.
Well,
to how
think of the thousands and thousands of dollars that are spent on marketing in dealerships.
Yeah.
And, they're, they call them yelling and selling. And they call it, and we're stacking them deep and selling them cheap. Come down here to Cowboy Joe's, right?
Right. That's pretty good representation too.
Well, I mean, I grew up in the South, and car dealers are some of my kinfolk as far as I kindred spirits. Even though I've never been in the car business, but as well as I do that more and more people, and the CarMax model proves that out. CarMax is started by the same people that started Best Buy.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no haggle prices. Everything's online. It's right there at the thing. And, you know, you look for what you want on. And so there's a lot of, and I know people that are in the business right now listening to this, but I get it. There's a pros and cons. I'm not getting into that, but I'm just saying doing business online is going to afford you the opportunity to market in any style and methodology you want. You know, I'm not saying you have to adopt 100% the CarMax model, but I'm saying that is a strategy and model that you could have working over here and then set up another one working over here. You don't have to be pigeonholed like you would if you had a brick and mortar.
Third question, can I sell this as a franchise model to others?
You could, and a lot of people do. I would not use the word franchise just because there's legal connotations, but I always tell people, I said, this is like a franchise, but it's not a franchise. And because a franchise means you have to do it this way, and you have to do it this way, and it has to be done this way. And there's paperwork that have to be filled and filed with the FTC and all. This is, you know, you don't sell it as a franchise or calling it a franchise, but you can say, here is a model that I use, because that's what I'm doing at TW3. Here is a platform, here's the tools, here's the model, here's how I've done it for going on 13 years. Here's how I've done it in multiple different industries. Here is a template to go by. Now, if you want to use that template,
sure,
go with God. If you don't,
I mean, at its base, it's software with training and coaching.
Bottom line.
Yep.
Bottom line. But yeah, you can sell it as a type of franchise. And if you want to get into going and filing the paperwork and selling it, quote unquote, as a legitimate straight up,
more power to you.
More power to you. We don't, just because there's so much legal,
it's a legal
headache to it. Yeah.
Last question here. How much does an average rep make doing this?
It's hard to say, in the fact that we don't have all of the income streams coming through our system. All I can tell you is the people that sell our system, they're going to make anywhere from $750 to $1,500 per client. And on average, if you talk to 25 qualified leads, you're going to close one, and you're going to close that one through a sales cycle of 2.5 to 3 weeks. That's the numbers. You know, but here again, I've got clients that took them a year to make their first sale, and we just interviewed him last week or the week before last. Yeah. He was in the business literally less than a week and already made a sale or 2 sales or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's
we can easily narrow down like what the average would be for guys that just resell our system. The problem is who's just trying to resell it. That's the question, and then that's not something.
Yeah, because once you start using our system to monetize other efforts that you're doing in other businesses, we have no control over that, and we don't know what that is.
Because if you were to look on paper for like one of our guys that has never resold the system, but I know he's made like over 250 using our system for his other business.
First year he made $250,000. This year he said he's going to close out at $500,000.
Yeah, it becomes a question of like, well, I mean, it's not zero, but he didn't resell it. So like, how do you know?
Yeah. There's no way to quantify that. Yeah, there's no way to quantify that. So that's the thing, and it goes against the argument all TW3 is something to buy to resell.
Right.
No, we've got a ton of people. Matter of fact, Tom from Chi-Town that we're dedicating the show about, he got in it because of his car business, his lending business, and different things.
And he didn't resell for a while.
He didn't resell for a long time. And then he said, hey, I could make money reselling this too.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was just one of those things. So, it's a great business to be in, because the thing about it is once you learn these strategies and how to do certain things that we show you how to do, it's just rinse, wash, and repeat. Apply that to over here, and then apply it, because I've got 30, 40 different income streams, but I do it all the same way. Yeah. You know, so it's pretty cool. Well, guys, when we get back from this, we're going to finish out the show. I'm going to talk to Reagan a little bit about my experience in the gym. And we're going to talk to you about some things that are coming up that you're going to want to stay tuned about what we're doing here at TW3 when we get back right after this.
Hey, do you need cash for business expenses or bill consolidation, inventory, or maybe reinvesting in your business? You know, when money is tight, Man, I tell you, business can be stressful. Trust me, I know. So I want to tell you, learn how to leverage money and time with a great product and service that I use all the time at TW3. It's a custom financing opportunity that the terms and the services are totally custom fit for you. It's easy, it's fast, it's secure, and it's at cashmutualstore.com. That's cashmutualstore.com. So what are you waiting for? Do you need inventory, or do you need to reinvest in your business? Do you need to start a business? You can grow your business by leveraging easy lending opportunity at cashmutualstore.com. Join the thousands of other entrepreneurs and small businesses we've helped at cashmutualstore.com so you can start taking your income, your business, and your life to the next level. That's cashmutualstore.com. Easy, fast, and secure.
He can't guarantee you success, but he sure can help you eliminate the excuses made so far for not achieving them. Now back to the TW3 studio with Terry Wilson.
All right. So, I'm getting text coming in while I'm trying to do this at the same time. I think people know, our personal friends and family know
when you record,
when I'm recording it on a podcast, and they said, "Okay,
you should ask this.
Ask him now.
I have a point I want to make."
So, I've been going to gym now since let's see here, we started in
a couple months now, right? Month and a half, couple months,
2.5, almost 3 months now.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm down 25 pounds,
which is good. You look healthy, look better.
I feel better. But here's where I'm at now. I'm trying to learn gym culture.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
So, come in the gym 2 months ago, and I'm wearing my Braves hat and Braves t-shirt. And so someone sees me, and I go mid-morning.
Sure.
Which is typically the old guys, the insurance salesmen, sure, business people, because all the people that has to get to work came early that morning, or they're coming late at night.
Right.
College kids usually around night. So I'm there either mid-morning or early afternoon, 1, 2 o'clock. So that's my window typically when I'm going to work out. And this guy, lovely guy, wonderful guy, but he chats me up about baseball, which I'm okay. I like talking baseball, and I love talking about the Braves.
But you're there to work out, not talk.
Well, I'm okay as long as I'm not working out. But once I get on that elliptical or that treadmill, I don't want to talk to anyone.
Right. Yeah.
I want to put my headphones on. I want to listen to an audiobook. I want to listen to a podcast. Or here's what I've been doing lately. I want to listen to an entire album. Because I know that entire album is going to be at least an hour long.
Okay.
Or I want to listen to this podcast. It's going to be about an hour long.
Sure.
Or I want to, because in other words, I want to lose myself in whatever I'm listening to for about an hour.
You're distracting yourself.
I'm distracting myself. Yeah.
It's hard to distract yourself when somebody's talking to you while you're.
And in this, every time he comes in and sees me, he gets on the next thing right beside. What do you think? So how do I handle this?
Okay, so there's a couple of approaches that you can take here. I would say number one, take off any affiliation with sports, because I've made that mistake. I know exactly what you're talking about. I wore a Rockets t-shirt one time, and guy there, very similar thing. I'm trying to do squats, and he's like, you need a spot? I'm like, no, that's a warm up rep. And he was like standing right beside me while I'm squatting, asked me about our new lineup or whatever. I'm like, not interested. Like, I love the Rockets basketball, but I'm not interested in this right now. So, lose any sports affiliation. Second thing, you have headphones on?
Yeah.
You already have headphones? He's still talking?
Already, and he's talking right past it.
See, that's the second tip I would normally say. A lot of guys, you'll probably see the big gym bros, they wear these big Beats headphones. Sometimes those are a little bit more standoutish, so people don't want to talk
like
to you.
It's like a neon sign, leave me alone.
You could try that. You could try bigger headphones, because I know you wear AirPods where it's small.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah.
And then your third option is, unfortunately, just being an adult and saying like, hey, I can't really talk right now.
Adult.
And there's ways to do that. I mean, you can just be like, hey, it takes a lot. Like, even if it's not true, you can be like, it just takes a lot out of me to just like work out on this thing. Like, I can't really go back and forth. And he may understand that. And not, but.
Well, today I'm on there, and I know we got a tight schedule today because you got calls and I've got things. And so we're trying to get things done. And he gets in, and I'm on the treadmill today.
Yeah.
He gets right on the next treadmill beside me, and I see him going, just.
You could just ignore him too.
Well, that's what I'm ghosting him the whole time.
Gotta work out. Don't talk to me. Gotta work out. Don't talk to me.
So I got that, and then
I will say I was worried when you said gym culture. I was more worried that you.
Well, I got another one.
Okay.
So it might be. So that's my first
one.
My second one is.
What did you do wrong?
No. So and I'm not saying. By the way, I had to check myself because my initial response internally, I didn't say anything, didn't show a response, but my internal was I was agitated. And then I had to check myself. And here's what it is. Here again, what am I doing? I'm listening to a podcast. I'm listening to music. I'm listening to an audiobook. And there's this trainer there that speaks at about 115, 20 decibels when he's talking to his class of 4 or 5 people. And he's trying to amp them up. And and they're throwing weights down. And they're they're all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no. And then I get back in it. And it's just this constant annoyance.
Yeah.
And I finally had to check myself. Wait a minute. This ain't a library.
It's not a library.
It's a gym.
It's a gym. People come there to work out.
So here's what I did.
Yeah.
Because we know the owners.
Yeah. I
said, listen, I love what the man's doing. I think it's awesome. That's cool the way he's got them all amped up. Here's I got a question. Do you know his schedule? She goes, why? You want to get on it? I was like, no. I want to give them space to be able to do that because I don't want them to feel deterred by being that loud when I'm giving them looks like you're bothering me. And she just smiled. I was like, I'm one of those. The payoff for working out for me is one of the things that I have psychologically gotten myself active in this. It's my time. It's my quiet time. It's me time. And so anything that's the selling point from now. This is all side benefits, but psychologically how I've been able to sustain this is my study time. This is my prayer time. This is my thinking to myself time.
I think eventually whenever you start lifting weights, that'll bother you less and less.
Probably.
Because right now you're doing a lot of cardio.
I'm doing a ton of cardio.
It's probably good. Like you need to be doing cardio, but I wouldn't neglect weight training because weight training is just as beneficial for weight loss.
Sure.
And so I think whenever you start getting into that, give yourself 3 or 4 months of consistent weight training. Other people slamming weights is not going to bother you.
But
because right now it's like just something you don't really hear or associate with. Whenever you start picking stuff up and you just got to, it feels good to lift something heavy and then just be like, F it, I'm done with it. Like that type of.
Well, like I said, I don't want to be the old guy. Get off my lawn.
Sure.
But,
Which I would encourage you to do because I would be the one that's like, take your book somewhere else.
Exactly. And I had to check myself because I was like, before I was like, no, this is a gym. They're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
So how can I reconcile what I want out of it without bothering them as well?
This is something else to keep in mind. There's different gym cultures for various gyms you go to. Right. I would say the gym that we go to is very centered on guys that they want to lift heavy and that's the kind of gym I want to go to. I want to see guys that are bigger than me and they're trying to lift heavy.
I love the gym. I love the people that own it. I love everything about it.
Yeah, it's a great gym. I would say there are other gyms where maybe some of the things that you prioritize is something they prioritize as well. Planet Fitness, for example, is somewhere that they don't really prioritize heavy lifting. There's no free weights other than dumbbells that only go up to 70 pounds. And they have a lot of cardio equipment. It's really an introduction.
So they're geared more to me, people like
it's people that
middle-aged, overweight people that's trying to.
Well, yeah, but it's like there's guys there that get in shape too, but it's just more of they know their audience. It's people that are new to the gym and they don't want to be intimidated by other people that have been going to the gym a long time.
Yeah.
So there's a place for everything, and I would say for Planet Fitness, it's cheaper too. It's $10. I would just say for everybody that goes to Planet Fitness, don't stay at Planet Fitness. Work your way to something serious.
Well, a common friend of ours is going to come work out with me tomorrow because he's seeing me going, and it's he said, I'd like to at least try it out. And I was like, yeah, come on. And so I'm taking him as a guest, and he goes, how long have you been going to the gym? I said, I have been a member here for over 10 years, but I've only been going.
Honestly, the gym we go to is kind of awkward because I don't talk to people when I go to the gym, and I've been going there for 6 years now.
Yeah.
So less than you, but still a long time. And I have this weird relationship with the owners, like Bert and some of the guys, where I walk in, I know they recognize me, and I know that they know I recognize them type thing, but neither of us really talk to each other. So it's just been this 6-year relationship where we're like, hey,
your acquaintances.
Hey, it's like,
well, what's odd is when you see Bert out at a restaurant or something and you wave, but at the same time, you don't have a relationship to talk.
Right.
But,
you don't know what to talk to him about.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed tonight's podcast. Hope we wouldn't banter too long on this last segment, but we do appreciate all of you guys. One of the things we wanted to announce is there won't be any podcast the rest of this month. This coming Wednesday is the last elite training, and we're going to take the rest of December off to enjoy the holidays. I do want to encourage you, now is the time to invest in yourself and in your business. If you don't want to have a year of uncertainty and, oh God, what's going to happen, take control. But why put your career, your ability to earn, and all these other things in the hands of someone else? And you might have the greatest employers that you could ever ask for, but they're being forced to do things that they can't control.
If you have the opportunity, put the cards in your favor.
Put the cards in your favor, put the odds in your favor. And the way to do that is take control of your ability to earn. And this is not something you have to jump in head first. You can do this slowly and gradually. You could start this over here while you're still working here and then work your way into. You don't have to go cold turkey. Like I had to sink or swim, do or die because I didn't have any options.
Can I give an anecdotal evidence?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've worked as the tech support guy for a long time, 5 years now.
Yeah.
But over the last year or two, I was really working for a certain role at a company, a supervisor role. I got the role after trying for a long time of really trying to get it, and then realized about 6 months in that I hate the role and everything that I disliked about the company.
I hate this company. I hate the culture.
Everything I hated about it as a lower employee. After working up, it just expands it and makes it more frustrating.
Yeah.
And so I would say having the cards in my favor where I can go, well, wait a minute, I got this other thing. I can kind of worlds of a difference. I can't imagine what my psychological state would be if I didn't have a choice but to just stay in that spot. And so for anybody that has the opportunity right now to kind of, put, it doesn't even have to be a priority right now, but you can kind of start studying it, start learning about it, maybe see if it's something that you could really go full time on. I would say it's invaluable.
Absolutely.
From personal experience, it's invaluable.
And this is something, and we've talked about this, and we'll end here, I know, because we've gone long tonight, but there's something about taking control of your life that is just so rewarding and fulfilling. And I've always had that in my business, my professional, but I never had it in my health side.
Yeah.
And we was talking about it, how I'm self-coaching. Oh, you like that fettuccine fat boy? Well, how you like it now?
Right.
I got the voice of Bill Burr. I'm talking to myself. You're going another 10 minutes today, buddy. Spit it out. Spit it out. Your heart rate's at 150.
Nobody's going to get this. You're going to have to link it because otherwise we just sound like crazy people.
But the point is, the ability that, and I am nowhere near an expert in this field. I'm nowhere near, and I even shudder to talk because I feel like I don't have the street cred yet to even offer an opinion. But I can say on my limited experience in this journey of 3 months, I can already see how rewarding it is to have control over even your health and your life.
For sure.
In what you're doing. Yeah. And that's not to say that something catastrophic like cancer, like Tom's having to deal with, can't come tomorrow. But sure. In the things that I can control and the things that I can do to better my day-to-day living experience, to have control over that, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's invaluable.
It's invaluable. It's so, fulfilling. From just a psychological, because I think what gets people depressed, upset, aggravated, frustrated,
lack of control.
Their lives are just out of control. They can't control this. They can't control this. They go work from some SOB that's telling them where to be at what time, what to say when they get there, how to dress, how to be,
how to feel about it,
how to feel about it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden your whole life is just made up of everybody else telling you what to do. And that's not, we're not designed. That's not how we're psychologically made up and designed to be.
Yeah.
And when you're in that environment, and then you come home and your wife's telling you, or the husband, let's be fair, either way. So it's very rewarding to be able to grab a hold of things in life and do, as the good book says, subdue it.
Yeah.
And be priests and kings of your domain. I think it's just the way I know from a theological standpoint, but I'm even appreciating it, learning it from a psychological standpoint, that is the way we were designed. We were designed to thrive, not to survive. We were, to put it in some terms, my kindred brothers, we were designed to be the head, not the tail, to be above and not beneath. So I'll put that in terms that those who know what I mean. Until next time, we will talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to TerryWilson3.com today. If you've decided you are worth more, then go to TerryWilson3.com now and get a free digital sample copy of the book. You are worth more. Listen, no one's going to give you what you're worth but you. So stop putting off and get started earning, enjoying, and experiencing what you are worth today.